Today is June 10th, 2021. I would like to do a channeling on water. So let's get into it. Water is such a powerful substance that is all around us in so many different forms. Yes, we can think about the sea or the ocean or lakes or waterfalls or rivers or creeks. That's all around us, of course. It's all around our planet. Many people live close to these various bodies of waters, but many of us do not. And yet water still is around us every single day in some form or format. We have water in our taps, water in our refrigerator filters. We have water in our hoses. There's water in the atmosphere and the air. There's water in the fruits that we eat and the vegetables that we eat and the variety of foods that we consume. Water is present in our bodies. Water is in a variety of beverages that we drink that we may not call water. So water is something that is around us all of the time. It's something that is so pivotal to our planet and so pivotal to ourselves and so pivotal to our connection with other beings, whether they are here on this planet or in other realms of the universe, other spaces of the universe. It's important to our connection with ourselves, our true deeper selves. And it's always around us. And it's this powerful communication conduit for intuition and psychic and telepathic information. But it's something that we often take for granted. We don't pay attention to the water that is always around us. And when we think about water and we look at water, sometimes we think it's all right. Sometimes we think it's boring. Sometimes we think it's great when we've just had a really intense workout, or maybe we're out in the hot sun sweating out any water that was in our body, and in that moment water tastes so sweet. It tastes so good, so refreshing. But usually we look at our water and we think it's okay. It's just something that we drink. Or for some people, it's something that we don't drink. It's just something that we drink to stay hydrated. Something that we drink to keep our throats moist. Something that we drink because you're supposed to. And we don't look at it and see what a powerful substance it really is. This beautiful liquid that holds so much in it, can be so magical. Many people are aware of the work that I believe, it's been a while since I've read up on this, but Dr. Emoto, I believe, did, where he had a variety of different glasses of water, placed different words on pieces of paper on the water, or had people focusing certain words into the water. Then he would freeze it and then look at the patterns. And he noticed that if you put very loving types of words, appreciation, gratitude, love, that the crystals that formed in the patterns were very beautiful. And if you put more hateful words such as hate, anger, kill, that the crystals that formed from that tended to be very messy, not very beautiful, not very organized. And what came out of that was it's important to pay attention to your water, to put positive thoughts into your water, and to remember that you are made up of water. And what kinds of thoughts are you thinking, and how is that affecting the water within you? How are you programming yourself when you are primarily made up of water? So we know all about that. And when it comes to the words, we think about it just in terms of words and just in terms of the crystals that do appear or don't appear. But we forget about the vibration of the crystals, because those are geometric patterns. And those patterns hold a vibration of their own. And we can see that because gratitude creates a slightly different crystal or pattern than the word love, than the word wonderful. So each word we can see carries a vibration that is unique because it creates a different geometric shape in the water, the crystallized water. And we can see that each one of those shapes is also unique and that it holds a vibration because it matches that of a word. And so the shapes of the crystals are very important. And we have shapes all around us in the physical, and we create shapes all around us and within us in the energetic and even in the physical, because again, if you looked at the crystallized water, that is something that we could see with our physical eyes. But constantly, whenever we're putting out our thoughts into the world, we're creating shapes in the world. We're creating these vibrations in the world. Because these shapes, they're not just shapes. Again, they hold a vibration. And when you look at the shape, it reinstates that vibration within you, the same vibration that created that shape. And so we go all around the world, creating shapes everywhere that we go. When you go to a restaurant and your server gives you a glass of water, what thoughts were they thinking as they brought the water to you? What thoughts has the restaurant been thinking as they go about their day before the water is poured into your glass? They're creating shapes that you can't see with your eyes and sharing those shapes with everybody who comes in. When we speak, there's moisture in our breath. There's moisture that gets released as we talk, as we send out sound waves. Sound waves are a vibration. So is the moisture that you're speaking with. That moisture holds the shapes within it of the vibration that you're holding. And so as you speak, you are sending out shapes into the world. You're sending out vibrations, not only in terms of the words you say, the sounds you are sending out, the thoughts you are thinking, but in these physical ways that if you had a microscope and you froze the moisture that's coming out of your mouth as you speak, it would hold a shape, a crystal, or maybe a messy pattern. And that shape is resonating energy and it's being sent out into the world. So how can you use this to create your manifestations? Sometimes we have affirmations and we're told to say them out loud, but we don't really want to. We think maybe if we just say it in our mind, it's enough. And it is enough. It truly is enough. But if you have the opportunity, wouldn't it be fun to speak your affirmations as you think them so that the vibration and the patterning come out with your, not perspiration, but the moisture that comes out as you speak and goes out into the room that is around you and settles on the desk, goes up in the air, and then eventually settles all around the room, holding the vibration of what you have spoken in your environment. And so now you have these shapes in little tiny bubbles that maybe you can't even see all around your environment, holding to them the shapes that you spoke out loud. And if you continued with that kind of vibration, every time you think something positive, you're changing the vibration within. You're changing the vibration within the water in your body. And you would also be shifting more positively the shapes and perspiration that you have left around your room. And so not only are you shifting your vibration, but you're shifting the vibration of your environment. When it rains in your neighborhood, when it rains outside your home or your apartment or wherever you are living at this time, what words do you want to think? What words do you want to speak to the rain so that as it falls, it shifts its vibration? It shifts the information that it is storing, the thoughts that it is storing, and it sinks into the earth around your home and holds that vibration in the earth around your home. Water is all around us. We shower in it every day. We drink it without thinking. It's in the air around us. Water is all around us, the opportunity to use it in a myriad of ways to boost your manifestations, to create little droplets of manifestations around you, to allow the rain falling to hold your intention and soak into the ground and hold energy in the earth around your place. There's so many ways to utilize the water that we don't even always notice is around us or pay attention to. The potential that is in our environment, in all these little ways, is everywhere, even in something as simple as water. What other potentials exist that we can play with? How else can we interact with our environment and create vibrations in ways that please us and feel good and serve us? How else can we connect in more magical ways to this world that we live in? This physical world that holds within it all these potentials. Water is a 3D thing. It is a multidimensional thing, but it is 3D here. And a lot of times we downplay 3D, thinking that other dimensions are where we need to put our focus on. The 3D is what we want to get away from. But the 3D holds so much in it that creates all these potentials, and that's really fun. We came here to enjoy this physical world, to play with it. And the opportunities are endless in how we can do that. So I hope that this expands your view not only of water, a lot of what we talked about, I believe it's Emoto. I take that back, it's Dr. Emoto. I don't know where I got Emoto. It's Dr. Masuru Emoto, who did the water crystal experiments. We talked about his work. And then we talked about the vibration of shapes and how shapes hold frequencies within them, whether they are created in water or not, but they do. And how we create our own shapes that hold these vibrations when we speak, not only with our thoughts, not only with the sound of our voice, but with the moisture that comes when we speak, and how those shapes, those vibrations that we're putting out there, hold a physical presence as well. When we think about manifesting an intentions and we think about doing it with our thoughts and with our voice, a lot of times we think that it's a little bit impermanent because we can't see our thoughts outside of our minds. We can't hold on to spoken words unless we record it. It's like we think it and we can't touch it. We speak it and we can't really touch it. And yet, the water that we often overlook is right there with us. So, think about all the different ways that you can play with your environment and really enjoy your experience here in the physical realm. Instead of maybe trying to escape it, trying to get somewhere else, trying to get to your end destination when the journey here is pretty awesome when you think about it, when you dive deep. when you see the potentials that you overlooked before?